After decades behind bars, are the Menendez brothers finally getting a second chance at freedom? With shocking new evidence, courtroom twists, and a Netflix spotlight, Lyle and Erik's case is back in the headlines. And people are asking, could they really be coming home soon? Stick around, because what's unfolding in the courtroom might just rewrite one of America's most infamous crime stories. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into one of the most chilling and controversial cases of the last century, the story of Lyle and Erik Menendez. Back in 1989, these two brothers shocked the world when they were charged with brutally murdering their wealthy parents inside their Beverly Hills mansion. But in 2,536 years later, the tides might finally be turning. New claims, celebrity documentaries, and a dramatic courtroom showdown could change everything. So what's really going on now? Have they been released? Is the justice system rethinking everything? And what does this mean for the future of their lives and their legacy? Let's break it all down. It was the 20th of August, 1989, a night that changed American crime history forever. Lyle and Erik Menendez were just 21 and 18 years old when their parents, Jose and Mary Louise Kitty Menendez, were found shot to death in their lavish Beverly Hills estate. Shotguns, multiple rounds, a brutal, calculated crime. At first, the brothers played the role of grieving sons, but behind the scenes, they were spending their inheritance at lightning speed. According to Time, they burned through nearly $700,000 on luxury clothes, watches, cars, and trips. The public was suspicious, but no one had solid evidence, until Erik made a shocking confession to his therapist. And that's when everything unraveled. Erik, under pressure, spilled the truth to his psychologist, Dr. Jerome Oziel. But things got even messier when Oziel's mistress, his mistress, went to the police and revealed the confession. The courts debated whether those therapy tapes could even be used. Doctor-patient confidentiality was on the line. But eventually, those recordings helped prosecutors take the brothers to trial. And what followed? Two sensational courtroom sagas. Millions watched. The world debated. Were Lyle and Erik cold-blooded killers? Or victims of years of abuse? Their first trials ended in mistrials. But in 1996, after years of legal warfare, both brothers were convicted and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of partake. Fast forward to the 2020 suddenly, the Menendez brothers are back in the spotlight. Why? Because Hollywood couldn't let the story rest. Netflix dropped a bombshell docuseries, and Ryan Murphy, the creator behind American Horror Story, announced Monsters, the Lyle and Erik Menendez story. The internet exploded. New audiences, many too young to remember the trial, got hooked. TikTok, Reddit, YouTube, everyone had a take. Some were horrified all over again, but others, they started questioning everything. Especially when previously unreleased phone calls and letters surfaced hinting at a darker truth. Were the Menendez brothers actually victims before they became killers? That's when the case shifted from cold-blooded murder to potential clemency. And trust me, the courts took notice. In 2023, a habeas corpus petition landed in court. It wasn't just any appeal, it had new explosive evidence. A former member of the boy band Menudo, Roy Rosello, stepped forward and claimed that Jose Menendez, their father, sexually abused him back in the 80s. And that wasn't all. Letters written by Erik to his cousin before the murder surfaced too. In one, he described the abuse he claimed to be enduring at home. Suddenly, the story didn't feel so black and white anymore. Even then, District Attorney George Gascon publicly supported a reinvestigation. He described the brothers as model prisoners and backed their request for clemency. He even said they might be eligible for parole if a resentencing hearing went through. People began to wonder, after 3 decades in prison, could this be the Menendez brothers' shot at redemption? Just when it looked like Lyle and Erik might get a second chance, politics stepped in. In December 2024, there was a shakeup in the DA's office. George Gascon, the guy who supported the brothers' replaced by Nathan Hochman, a former federal prosecutor, and Hochman, he wasn't so sympathetic. He came in cold, said he needed time, wanted to review thousands of pages of confidential prison files, court transcripts, and victim statements. Fair? Sure, but it also meant delay slots of them. The resentencing hearing, originally set for the 11th of December, was postponed,
and he
then
said, I
pushed
reached
to late
over
January,
and I fired.
then March. And on the 20th of March 2025, when everyone was holding their breath, Hochman dropped a bomb. He asked the court to reject the Menendez brothers' request for a new trial. According to him, the new letters, like the one Erik allegedly wrote in 1988 to Andy Knauer, credible. He even said the brothers had been telling lies for decades. Just like that, the case hit another wall. But this story, it's not over. The 11th of April, 2025, another hearing. Judge Jessic didn't shut the door. In fact, he said the court would continue the resentencing proceedings on the 17th of April and 18th. As of right now, Lyle and Erik Menendez are still locked up in the Richard J. Donovan Correctional Facility in California. They were reunited in 2018 after years in separate prisons, still writing to each other, still waiting. The internet remains divided. Some say justice was served in 1996. Others say the justice system failed two young men who were crying for help. And with Governor Gavin Newsom calling for a full risk assessment, there's still a chance parole could happen. Will the Menendez brothers finally walk free after more than 30 years? Or will their appeal be denied yet again? That answer might be just around the corner. If you followed this wild, twisted journey with us, hit that like button to show you're here for real stories, not just headlines. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you believe Lyle and Erik deserve a second chance? Or should the original sentence stand? And hey, subscribe for more deep dives into the true stories Hollywood doesn't want you to forget. You won't want to miss what's coming next.